Okay, everybody. This is the red game. It's a little dark. We're going to get some light going. This is the 5th Tribal Council for the red game. And walking forward, we have the Sasanoa tribe. I keep forgetting the tribes. Sasanoa. And this is their 3rd time at Tribal Council.
There's a lot of lights. Oh,
Sasanoa, what a heartbreaking loss. You were almost coming back from it, but it came down to the last one. It was an exciting game though. Again, just like it's a routine for you guys. You're neck and neck each time. But sadly, you are back here. So, Ben, what is the vibe?
Feels bad.
Bad, okay.
Yeah.
Elaborate?
Well, I think we've bonded a lot as a tribe.
Mm-hmm.
We've gone through a lot yesterday and today. And I think all 6 of us all really like each other.
Yeah.
So no matter what, the outcome of this is going to be tough. So, feels bad. I feel in danger myself. I'm sure everyone is nervous, but it would be particularly devastating.
Do you have a particular reason why it would be particularly devastating?
Well, I put a lot into this game. I think, like in a summer where a lot of my activities were taken from me with an injury, like I've really been looking forward to this one. So this one's been special.
It's been a really fun game. Connor, how are you feeling coming in? Everyone seems down.
We're all
Is that
down.
the vibe? Everyone's
We're
sad
all
and
down.
tired?
We're all sad. We came down that hill and we all looked at each other and like, well, we gotta do this now. Yeah, nobody likes where we're at right now. It's been cold and wet all day, and we hoped to end it on a win, and it didn't happen. So now we got to do a very nasty thing to one of the 6 of us, which none of us want to do, but is the game.
So, Katie, that was an interesting move to rock, paper, scissors it for that final spot. Did you just not feel confident in the memory competition, or was there another reason you didn't want to do it?
I think that based on, everything's perception, right? So my perception of that moment was that I thought that Ben felt confident with the memory, and of course he's on crutches and is a little bit slower, and I felt less confident with the memory, but I could run faster. So I think in the moment we were trying to weigh out what's the best option for our tribe. We want to win this. We don't want to have to be here right now. And I think we both didn't know what the best choice was because of those 2 things. So we decided to just do the fair thing and do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Jason, you used your idol last round. How do you feel coming in without the idol in your pocket here?
Extremely vulnerable. I think all of us feel extremely vulnerable, especially the way the last, couple tribals have gone. There hasn't been any clear-cut lines drawn, so it's been kind of like a group discussion, which it makes it scary. I will say it's tough to be here, but at least I can take some solace in the fact that our loved ones are able to not have to do this, because this is really, really hard. And yeah, I feel vulnerable, but if I can take some solace in this, it would be that that Rhea's not doing this and has to deal with this, and I can take that from them. So
yeah, I see everyone nodding here. I think every
Yeah.
person is like, yes, absolutely, I'd rather take it than my loved one, which I really enjoy seeing. Angela, we haven't heard much from you.
Well, I feel like the vote is not different for me, but I can think about it a little bit more differently because my sister is out of the game. But then there's also the ghost twist that we've all talked about, is how is that going to get incorporated? And I think that's the one thing that we feel good about, is like, at least if someone goes out, then maybe they could come back in and get another chance.
Have there been promises made as far as like, hey, you're going, but we promise to vote you back in if you...
I personally haven't made any promises, only because, you know, my sister's the other person that's up to come back in. I don't know about everyone else, but there could be promises made.
Ariana,
Yes, ma'am.
you seem to be struggling the most with the cold. Obviously, your feet
Yeah.
holding up.
This has been rough. I'm not going to lie. I mean, like they said, there's just all kinds of dynamics. There's the dynamic of like the bond you make. I think everyone knows how much rain there's been. So you're shivering. You know, I had a pair of shoes that completely broke in the mud. So, I mean, you get another pair that I might have like handy, but they're not good, you know, like that kind of thing. So I think it's just been a struggle of like the mud, the rain, the trek up and down the hill. But then there's that aspect of like us as a tribe. And so, you know, I think in games like this, it's, there's just so many different emotions going on. And it's not so clear cut when people just see it on TV or anything like that. Like there's just so many things in play. So, I mean, I think the weather's been difficult, but like everyone has said, like tonight is going to be very difficult, I think, for all of us. So
Are there a lot of moving parts in this tribal? Do you think the vote is still up in the air, or do we feel like it's already been decided?
I think it's not necessarily like decided. I mean, we hear different names when you're talking to different people. I mean, I think we may be decided with what we're voting, but you don't know what everyone else is deciding. So you may think you know what's going to happen, but that may very well not be what happens. So I think everyone's probably decided on where they're voting, but not if that's what's really going to happen.
Okay. Does anyone want to say anything else before we get to voting?
I'll say something.
Okay.
I know everyone has said it, but you know, this is the first time I've ever played a live reality game, and just to be able to see within a 2-day period how much you bond with people is really like not anything I really expected. So this is a difficult vote because these are people that you genuinely care about, and you are like, you're in the morning all day long, your challenges, you know, your conversations with each other. Like, so that part of it, being with each other all day for the past couple days, like, it makes it really difficult. So yeah, so
Thank you for that.
I love y'all.
All right. Well, if that's all, I think it's time to vote. We'll do the same order. Ben, you go first, and then Connor, Jason, and that way.
Okay. Okay, so a very emotional tribal council. I think one thing that all of the players were saying is that they all feel very close to each other. Those 6 players all echoed that being here in the rain, in the cold, sleeping on the floor at night, has created a strong bond in such a short period of time. I think Ariana nailed it on the head with what she said, and she was saying how this was her first time out here. She was there barefoot because one of her shoes broke today, so she has no shoes, and she's been walking around in the mud, cold, wet, with no shoes on. So these players are showing such resilience, and they're really killing it out here. with their games. As far as what's going on at camp, so I'm going to give you guys a little bit of tea of what I'm hearing. I think these 6 did not want to go to tribal council. Jason was saying that the only good side of this is that his loved one doesn't have to do what he has to do right now. So what I heard from the inside is that a couple of names were thrown out. Those names that were thrown out were all of the men left. So there's 6 players, and I heard that Connor's name, Jason's name, and Ben's name were all thrown out. What Ben said was, I don't know if that was a defeat speech or if that was him trying to convince people to keep him in the game. He got emotional about it. I got emotional about it, saying that this was his highlight because he had his broken leg and he was out here doing this, interacting, doing physical challenges. So that was really emotional to hear. I know, so what I do know is that Connor wanted to target the married couples. The married couples on the red game are Alan and Katie and Jason and Rhea. Sorry, Rhea. Jason and Rhea. Now, Jason immediately found out about this plan that Connor was trying to put together and went right up to Connor and said, why are you doing this, basically? And their plan may or may not have had the momentum behind it. I also overheard a conversation between Katie and Jason, and Katie wants to do the married couple alliance. So what Connor was feeling was actually comes from somewhere, but Katie also has a lot of other allies in the game, an ally in Arliana and an ally in Angela, whereas Jason is kind of banking on working with Alan and Katie and his wife, Rhea. So it's interesting to see some people are just doing one thing and some people are leaving all the options open. Katie was saying that if Ben is out of the game, it almost forces Lauren, who's Ben's girlfriend, to work with her, and she sees that as a benefit. So really these players are thinking of all possible outcomes in the game. I'm really also impressed with Arliana and the way that she's keeping a low profile, but also getting her opinion out there and working in an alliance. There is a girls' alliance on this tribe, and it has shown to be true because they constantly work together. Even if one doesn't really agree with every vote, they kind of sway and work with each other. So those 3 girls, their names were not mentioned at all as far as I know. However, I have been surprised in the past with this tribe. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I spoke with Jason during his confessional about his idol play last game, and what he said was that he didn't feel that he was going to be voted. He just wanted to flush his idol out because he didn't want his name out there, which is a smart move because people really look for things to target people for, and if you flush the idol publicly and use it, people will no longer can target you for that reason. So these 6 players should be very proud of how they're playing, especially like the strategy gameplay, phenomenal, but the elements that they're dealing with right now, I mean, I wouldn't wish them on my worst enemy. It's tough out here. I know a lot of loved ones watching are worried. We have 2 nurses on site. Everyone's powering through. they will get tarps to stay dry or semi-dry. They do have rice. Are they going to be able to cook the rice? I'm not so sure. But they definitely have water, okay, so they could survive on water. But everyone's really powering through, and everybody really wants to be here. It should be interesting after this vote, what's going to happen. So the Ghost Twist is around the corner, and whoever is voted out here will join the 3 other players who are going to be wanting to come back into this game. I thought it was interesting that Angela said that if she has the power to bring somebody back, it's going to be her sister, and I don't think that surprised anybody, but time will tell. I think I have to start heading back because I can't see anything. It's like I think this is Alicia. It is. Thank you, Alicia. Alicia is shining this light in my face.
You're welcome.
And I know you thought, like, in the woods over there, it was birds. I thought they were chickens.
Oh, it was
Well, Kyle is here, and he's a vet. Oh, no, he's not a vet. He's a zookeeper. So he's like, no, those are frogs. So that is what the little noise you're hearing is. All right, so let's see. I think we came back in the perfect time, or am I late? I'm late? Okay, I'm good. I think the last person's voting, so perfect timing. Thank you. Ooh. All right, so we're back. Let me flip this around.
I'll go tally the votes.
Ciara is tallying the votes. Normally we would be having a fire running, but it has been nonstop raining. And actually, this is the first time in quite a couple of hours that it's been lighter, not raining so heavily. Okay. Ciara is coming on down.
Okay. Anyone has a hidden Ephesi idol or an advantage? If they want to play it, now is the time to do so. Yeah, I'll take that as a no. All right. Once I read the votes, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. They will go do their exit interview and then rejoin their tribe as a ghost. Okay. First vote, Connor. Second vote, Ben. Third vote, Ben. That's 2 votes Ben, 1 vote Connor. Fourth vote, Ben. Fifth vote, and the next person voted out, Ben.
Sorry, Ben.
Thanks, Ben. You grab that last torch there, and I will snuff it. Sorry, Ben. Tribe has spoken.
Thanks.
Alright. Don't come with me. We're gonna go up the hill and we'll do your interview. We are live, but you will have an opportunity to earn a position back in the game. So let's go up the hill a little bit so your tribe does not hear you speaking to me or speaking to the audience. All right, I think we should be good. Okay. So you want to share good thoughts right now? Is there anything that you want to share?
Yeah, I'm pretty upset. Not like at anything in particular. There's a lot of factors. Really disappointed because I really wanted to make it to tomorrow. Really want to make it to merge. So whatever this last thing is to get back in, gonna do my best if I have any say in it. Yeah, it's been a tough weekend. I know I have more to give. I don't really understand the move, but I'll go talk to them right after this.
Okay. Is there anybody that you feel more upset about who voted you? Because everybody else did vote for you. You voted for Connor, and everybody else there was a vote on you.
Katie and Jason were the ones like really pushing to me like that we were in an alliance, and they were being real sketchy in this last strategy session. But it felt like we had a really good alliance. That one's confusing, but they're experienced, they're good players. But I'll probably let the rest of the cast know that they're also snakes.
No, okay. So you will have an opportunity to come back into the game, but just in case you do not, I want to give you a chance to shout out your charity that you're playing for. So you want to share that with everybody who's watching?
Yeah, shout out EJI, the Equal Justice Initiative. They're a charity that I learned about when I read the book by Brian Stevenson about the work they do to fight social or racial and economic injustice on death row. It's a really important mission. I'm super glad we raised a lot of money for them. And I hope we keep raising awareness.
Awesome. So I will provide you with your white buff, but before I give that to you, I just want to hear like, what's your strategy kind of going in to this ghost twist?
I literally have no idea what this twist is. I'm definitely gonna work the emotional angle. I'm gonna play up my leg. I'm not a physical threat. I think I have decent relationships on the other tribe. At least better than Jazzy and Keenan. What's her name? I forgot. Leah. Leah, I think it's gonna be me or Leah if it's a vote or whatever. But I'm gonna. I do have some things loaded that I can talk about. It seemed like nothing I said in this tribal was gonna change anything.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ben. Great job. I'm gonna give you your buff. I'm assuming you could take it out of the plastic. I'm assuming he left it in the plastic because to keep the water away. Can somebody come get Ben? Wait right here. I just want to talk to the live stream. I'll come back. All right. So I am going to end the stream, everybody. But just so you know, we are going to be doing the comeback competition tonight. It will be a vote. You'll find out more about how people earn their ability to vote because not all players in the red game will be voting. So tune in. I will say probably within the next 10 to 30 minutes. I know that's a range, but if you don't have your notifications on for the page, do so you get the notification when we go live. You're not going to want to miss this. All right. See you guys later. Bye.